next week. Isn't it the worst when you're waiting for IntelliSense to actually figure out what the heck you're trying to talk about? You're waiting for it to search the files and find what you want it to find. But you're too lazy to just finish typing out first. Sounds awesome. Yeah, well, hopefully it will be once I actually get to doing stuff. There's definitely a lot of stuff that has to be done. I just am not in a position where I can effectively contribute to it yet. Because I have no idea how their code base works. Oh, I love all the boilerplate I have to do to set up new things in Minecraft. And that's with all my other things to speed along. Lashing vines now, okay. Oh, how'd that go? Well, yeah, because were they using source control? Or is it necessarily a coding job? Not for your stuff. Yeah. See, that's the biggest hang up right now is source control for me and building. Because who would have thought that building Microsoft Office? Well, I'm not sure how much I can actually say. It takes a while. The whole thing where like people running through the hallways, playing sword fights on rolly chairs, and they get off scot-free because their code's compiling. Yeah, that's me right now. Alright, last one. And maybe we can actually get to fun stuff. Like actual behaviors. Alright. Dude, we're still using we're still using Perl at certain things. Yeah, that one. That's exactly that one. Yeah, Visual Basic is kind of the black sheep. Everyone hates it, but if it goes away, everything would stop working. So people who aren't Blockworker and Divine who are watching, don't have any questions? Anyone have anything they want to ask me? Want me to do something right now? Because I'm kind of open to ideas. All I've got is a couple frameworks to go in. These didn't show up. Why did these not show up? Well, I blame Alex. It's all your fault, Alex. Scala, I love Scala. It's so much nicer than Java in that it's a little bit higher barrier to entry because there's a bit more unclear things to it. But the parts that are better are the parts that save you time once you understand what's going on. For example, back where I was adding all these things in, right? I can just use var instead of having to type in that for each one individually, even though these are actually blocks. Forcing Scala, no, is definitely not a bad move. Seriously, you'll once you get over the hump, which is just learning how to redo the same stuff from Java to Scala again, which really doesn't take that long. You'll be so much more productive and faster. I literally cut the size of Femtocraft 1, which was a lot of lines of code. I cut it in half by converting to Scala, and that took me a week. And that was idiomatically converting from Java to Scala. It cut the lines by half. Now actually knowing how to design it such that Scala can handle it better, it's probably down to a third the size that it would be in Java at the moment. Plus, hold on, let me find something fun. I have a fun thing. Aha. I have no idea how the hell I would have written this in Java. And yet it rolls off your fingers in Scala. Because what this does is it finds from every location and range, it gets the tile entities without force loading, maps them if they actually exist, collects the ones that are only that actually implement task provider, filters out the ones that are within range, grabs all the active tasks, makes a new list out of all those active tasks, filters them by function based on size, basically filters only the ones that actually have slots for more workers, then sorts it with an ordering function. And then it starts throwing tasks to workers. Could be done easy, but it wouldn't be as concise. I've used lambda functions in C++ and stuff. It's still boilerplate that has to be done, whereas Scala actually kind of just, it's a one-worder. And then with Scala too, like the underscore, the wildcard, so this automatically, this is actually a lambda function that takes in something. It takes in one object, aka locations. So this is actually, this is actually saying the location that gets passed in, get the tile entity. But I don't have to specify the whole function structure. It just maps to underscore tile entity. Like this is actually specifying a bit more, and this is a case statement. And by the way, matches and cases are your new favorite friend. They're switch statements on steroids. But if I was actually really good with Scala, I can actually, on certain cases, you can drop off the excess calls, and some other times you can actually even drop off the front. You're just literally mapping a function to objects. Yeah. No kidding though. I had in Scala in Femtocraft 1, I had something that went through. See, there's all my blocks. I had something that went through all the recipes registered in Minecraft, which was something between 200 to several thousand, depending on how many mods were running. And I had it written in Java, and I basically had to run through the list 4 times, filtering out the 4 different recipe types I was looking for, and then mapping them to my own thing. And that would take about if I was on vanilla Minecraft, that'd take about 10 seconds, and then if I did it in modded Minecraft, it could take between 2 to 5 minutes. And I was converting, and I was doing some stuff in Scala for their collections, and then I threw some extra stuff in, and then I ran it, and it kind of, I saw the output, and it was like mapping stuff done, on, moving on. I'm like, well, hold on a second, that just did that in a second. There's got to be something wrong. I made a mistake. So I actually opened up the log, and sure enough, there is all 20,000 lines of processing code, all done in 1 second, and that used to take minutes. And I pretty much did nothing except convert it from a Java for loop to some Scala filter maps with a view, which basically, so it loads it on demand. It doesn't have to create the entire thing at once. And I don't know what it was. My guess is that because Scala like over-engineered their collection framework to work with the JVM. Literally, like some of their stuff, they specifically say, yeah, I crammed this down to fit within 40 bytes so that it can be just-in-time compiled. And I'm guessing that's what happened, is it just-in-timed that function. But that's what sold me on Scala. That right there was doing something that used to take minutes in time-stamped 1 second. And made the code half the size and cleaner to read. So here's all of the blocks you just added. So metabolic converter, photosynthesis, lashing, blah 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 blah. We probably won't see them in, but we shouldn't see them in here because I didn't add them to the tracking list. Yeah, nothing there. They got a new collections API, but the implementation is what actually changes it. And Scala's got a damn good implementation on all their stuff. Whereas like cyber machine, growth chamber registry. Alex, help. Where did I put the machine registration for cyber? Oh, there it is. Cyber machine registry. Okay, so now I need to register all these machines. I wish I knew Vim hikes better. Okay, now this will either crash or it will let us see them in that list. But seeing as nothing should touch those other functions yet, I could be wrong. We'll see. It'll crash probably. If not, we'll have a happy little surprise. Stretching in the background. So I guess I could go over what the mod's supposed to be too, if people were interested in actually seeing what it'll crash. Yeah. What I'm supposed to be working on. Get required resources. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought it would be. Our sequence? Come on.